We should be good to go. So, Jeremy, go ahead.
Alrighty, thanks, Andrew. Thanks everyone for joining us this morning. I'm going to present my screen, and we'll I got a little PowerPoint here with some step-by-step instructions for the Blue Golf live scoring, which we will be using for the upcoming season. Pull this up here. All right, so here we go. So live scoring step by step. Got about 12, 15 slides here. I'll go through them relatively quick. But again, if you guys have any questions, you can hop in, unmute yourselves, just ask me or Andrew, and then we'll have a Q&A at the end as well. So just interrupt me if you want to, and we'll get going. So the first step, downloading the app if you don't have it already. It's the Tri-State PGA official Blue Golf app. So just search Tri-State PGA on the App Store or Google Play, and make sure you have that hyphen in there. So Tri-State space PGA. It should pull up under the ad as the first app there, and then the second one there is our junior app as well. But for our purposes, the first app is the official one. So click on Get. So download that. Once you have the app, it'll come up here on the main screen with your tournaments on the bottom. So we pulled up Valley Brook, the 27-hole scramble, which is not termed anymore, but we pulled it up for instructional purposes here. So if you were playing in the 27-hole scramble Pro 3am, you would click on that in the bottom left corner, or if you're playing in the Aber or any event you're playing in, it'll show up there on the bottom under the featured. You'll click on the event you're playing in. Then you will receive an entry code. So the check-in process, you'll see on the right hand, the right side screenshot there, the check-in icon with the little map, with the little pin icon. So you just click on check-in. You'll receive an email with a check-in code from one of us, either the night before or the morning of the event. You'll see it there in the left-hand screenshot. You'll just enter that entry code in order to get into the live scoring. So you'll see here it has all the welcome/tournament information. You'll have all that right there at the tip of your fingers, and then you'll just click check in, and that will prompt you to this page. So you can either check in using your TSPGA member login, your Players Club credentials, or you can use a check-in code that is in the email. Whatever option works easier for you. So you'll have either of those available to you, and you'll be on this screen, so you can put in your check-in code here. Or enter your Players Club credentials if you're going to use that member login. So you'll click check in, you get that code, and then it'll prompt you right to the screen, and you'll be all checked in. So once you are checked in after you use the code, it'll bring you to the main tournament page, and you'll see on the bottom of this screenshot here, there's 4 options. There's a calendar, there's the info page, which we're on right now, there's the leaderboard, and then there's the card. So for live scoring, you'll see the card in the bottom left there. You want to click on that, and that will bring you to these prompts. These will pop up from Blue Golf first. So you want to click allow while using the app, and then this just allows for Blue Golf to show you pictures of each hole for like the live scoring and use the GPS for GPS purposes. So you want to make sure you allow while using the app, and then click OK, in order to make sure those holes come up correctly when you're live scoring. So then you'll get to the scorecard here. Once you click on the card in the bottom left corner, it'll bring you to this page. So hole 1, you want to enter scores for each player in the group. As you can see there in that left side screenshot, you'll have the scores for each player. And then there's also on the bottom of that, there's extra stats if you want to put it in. But if not, totally fine. Just use it for the live scoring purposes. And then, so all you need to do is swipe left to access the next hole. It's just simple as that. You'll enter the scores. They'll save. You swipe left, and it'll bring you up to the picture of the next hole. So then once you're on hole number 2, you do the same thing. After you're ready to put in scores, when you finish up, you swipe left, and that will bring you to the next page to enter scores. So
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does everybody in the group put the scores in for the entire group, or you just have one master scorer?
No, we're going to have, yeah, that's a good question. We're going to have one marker, which I think is on the next couple of slides here. We're going to have one marker designated for each group, and then we'll have that person will be the marker for everyone. So you'll have the marker, and then you'll have the other 3 players that are responsible for putting in scores, and then they'll just verbally confirm that after each hole. No problem. So, and then another cool thing we're going to do this year is the hole locations. We'll send those to you guys in an email on the night before for you to print out, so we don't have to hand those out physically, just to limit those touch points. So, but they also be uploaded into Blue Golf. So hole locations are available right there. If you click that little red arrow icon, they'll pop up with the hole locations for each hole. And then, so one big thing for this year post round, for the scoring area, it's going to be a little bit different. Players will confirm hole by hole scores verbally with the marker in their group, and then when we're at scoring, the TSPGA staff member will enter hole by hole scores and confirm the total score with each player, which we've done in the past. But that will be all on through the Blue Golf live scoring. The physical scorecard will be handed out to you guys, but it's not going to be official this year. For the time being, it's only for backup purposes, just so you have a track of, where you're at in the round, so you don't lose track. But it will not be official. It will just be for backup purposes. Once you confirm those scores by the player, the official score will be signed and saved by us into the Blue Golf leaderboard. So you'll come in after your round. You'll go over the your live scoring in the app with the marker. You can double check that on your physical scorecard, and then once you relay that to us, we'll make sure your hole by holes are correct, and we'll sign and save on our computer into the leaderboard and make it official. So any rulings that will need to take place will be in a designated place away from the scoring area, just so we can maintain that 6 feet of distance. And when you confirm your score, please leave the property promptly and avoid congregation, so we can adhere to the state CDC guidelines. And then results are going to be different. We're not going to have a scoreboard for the time being. They'll be made available as soon as possible on the section website and then through the app as well. As you saw earlier in that leaderboard section. So one other thing, we had a question in the first webinar, a pretty good question about data usage, because we know everyone doesn't have unlimited plans and with their phones. So to use the app for 18 holes, we did some research with Blue Golf. To use it in its full capacity with the GPS turned on and hole by hole scoring, it's only 6.68 megabytes, and there's 1,000 megabytes in a gigabyte. So even if you only have 1 gigabyte of data, for some reason, it's gonna take up just a really small amount of that. So you shouldn't worry about the data usage. It'll be minuscule, and then with the GPS enabled, it'll be more accurate, and it'll almost act like it's on Wi-Fi. So it'll be very limited data usage, and shouldn't be a concern. So with that, that is the last slide we have for now. I will open it up to questions. Me and Andrew will be happy to answer if you guys have anything about anything for the upcoming season. Andrew, you have anything else you want to add?
No, that was all good. Like Jeremy said, guys, this is, I know it's a different process than what we're used to. However, I think we've been getting great reviews of the live scoring aspect that we kind of do at the turns and everything like that. And everybody loves it. So, I mean, this is going to be more up to date by doing it this way than we would in any of our events. Well, Kevin, I'm going to use you as an example. If you end up using the app and you're 3 players, I mean, everybody's going to see your scores instantaneously off the leaderboard, instead of like when we do it, we might catch you at the turn, we might catch you every 6 holes, something like that. So it kind of gives you guys more of a feel that you're on the tour, PGA Tour status, something like that. But I mean, we are, like Jeremy said, we are still going to give everybody a scorecard. We're going to take proper cautions with that. However, your scorecard, your paper scorecard, will not be the official score that we take. We will go off of whoever the marker is in that group and use the scores that are on the application. and through the app. So just make sure whoever the marker is in the group, just make sure those scores are correct when you guys come into the scoring table. So once those are verbally done, that's it. That's the score that's going to be posted.
What about things like skins and will there be most courses have something to purchase for drinks, or should we be bringing our own? Or was that already covered?
When it depends. Obviously, we're still in a fluid situation with this COVID. So as we speak right now in the current phases, there's very limited clubhouse access. There's very limited halfway house access. So as of right now, I would tell you to plan on bringing your own water bottles. We will not be doing water like we traditionally have done for most of the point events and other events where we have the coolers. That will not be available. I can tell you that for sure. So just as of right now, yes, I would plan it as a caution to be bringing your own water, your own sodas, whatever you do need in that regard. Until, I mean, this could change tomorrow. For all we know, we could go green and we could be back to normal. We don't know. But as it stands right now, that's what we would plan on.
Andrew, is there going to be any requirement that we have to do this after every hole, or is it going to be up to the groups and who's keeping score?
We would like you guys to do this after every hole. I mean, you guys would need to treat this app like it is your scorecard. Hopefully everybody writes their score down after every hole before they get to the next tee. So yeah, good question, Jason. Yes, we would anticipate you guys to do that every hole. Because here's the thing too. As soon as you guys post that score, not only does everybody else see it on the app, but the staff sees it as well. So that's going to help us out for pace of play as well. I mean, we're going to have all kind of other stuff going on with the COVID-19 procedures and everything like that. So we will have staff out there, but this will also help us with pace of play to make sure everybody's in their correct positions.
The only other question I had, sorry, it's really loud here today. We used this a little bit when I was back in the Mid-Atlantic, and it wouldn't allow me to put my own score in. Has that changed, or is it something that Blue Golf updated?
So there is options, yes. There is options, to your point, Jason, to where, let's say it's you, Kevin, and Jeremy playing in a group, and we designate Kevin as the marker. Yes, you will not. There is an option to, yes, you will not be able to go in and change your score. Only Kevin will. But there is an option to where all three of you guys can be putting your scores in. And then there's another option. We could do two of three. We'll let you guys know that on the tee of who we have designated as the marker, or what option we have made for that day. We're working out the fine kinks as we speak on to exactly which route we're going to go. It looks like we had some questions come in on the chat here.
Yeah.
Like, Elmar, are you able to go backwards to the previous holes on the app to alter scoring? Does it lock it? Yes, Elmer, to your question, yes, you will be able to go back and alter the score. Now, once you guys do come in and it is official, then no, you will not be able to. But at the scoring table, that's where you guys are going to go back over the scores to make sure they are correct before we make the final go ahead for those scores. Michael, they're green in Meadville. Yeah, Mike, we're hearing rumors that soon Allegheny County and maybe Southwest PA is going to go green, but hopefully that happens, but we're not too sure on that as of yet. Matt, can you correct the mistakes? Yes. To same point as Elmer, you can correct the mistakes. Michael, are we playing the same system or can we use the old system? Like, I'm not sure kind of what you mean by that. If you could give me a call and we can figure that one out. Eric, what happens if the phone of the designated score dies? Eric, that great point. So that's why everybody's going to get paper scorecards as well. We know and understand that it is going to happen. People's phones could die mid-round if they don't have an unlimited data plan and that app by chance puts them over the limit and they don't want to get charged. The paper scorecard is going to be essential, the emergency backup for that situation. But I mean, worst case scenario, if you guys do run into that, you can get a hold of us as a staff and we can change it kind of mid-round. So as an example, if Eric, Jason, and Kevin were playing and Eric's phone dies mid-round, Jason or Eric or Kevin, someone can give us a call and just say, hey, Marker's cell phone went down. Can we switch it to another? Eric, I'm assuming that's within the golf cart. That's a good question. We actually don't know that. I do know that it was a newer feature in the last upgraded kind of carts. Honestly, that would be something we'd have to research and see when each facility's fleet was last updated. I mean, in an example, I know when I was at Valley Brook before I came with the section, it was an added on feature that you had to pay extra money for. I'm not sure if that's standard now, but it's a good question. We don't know that as of yet.
Andrew, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mike, I can hear you.
So the question I had is, since we are green here in Meadville, when we
Yep.
play our pro-am up here, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to use the app, or are we going back to the old system? Keeping score.
Yeah. So we're hoping, Mike, probably by the time we get to your pro-am, in a sense, we're going to be A-OK, where everything is going to be green.
So when we are A-OK, wherever we are, West Virginia or in Meadville, we are going back to keeping score the old way then?
As of right now, yeah, unless we decide that this is going well, and we're going to do it. Once we get to the pro-ams, we're trying to eliminate that because that's going to get tough. That we know you guys want to focus on your scores and to get an amateur to post that score, it's going to be a little bit on the tougher end. I would plan on not having to do that by that point in time, but it's going to be on a case by case basis.
Okay.
Elmer, will the early events be going single rider only for carts, while in yellow does going green send us back to shared cart riders? Elmer, great question. Yes, to your point, as long as we're in the yellow, we are single riders. So you will notice, if you haven't already, for anybody that's registered for events, for at least the first 3 events, at the bottom of your registration page, there was a requirement that we asked you if you wanted to ride a cart, walk, which is carry your own bag because we are not allowing caddies right now in the phase we're in, or you could use a pull cart. And that pull cart question is based on the facility. So as of right now, the only place that we've gotten anything about a pull cart is Wildwood for the Head Pro Championship. If you do want to use the pull cart there, you must use Wildwood's pull cart. You cannot bring your own pull cart for that event. We just got that information over the weekend, so that will be posted on the tournament registration page here this afternoon. But to your point, Elmer, yes, we are going to be single riders, and they're going to be they're going to be first come, first serve basis. Jeremy and I, during COVID, have called every facility that is hosting an event this year, preparing for maybe going the whole season in the yellow phase, but it doesn't look like we're going to be that way. Just so we know that how many carts we can do per facility. So
even a family member can't caddy?
No, not allowing any caddies right now. Eric, what happens if carts are gone and you can't carry your own bag? Eric, I mean, the only option you would have there is a pull cart option. We are asking to maybe do registration quicker. I mean, once we get close, once we see our registration numbers getting close, we will be sending emails out to the players saying, hey, we have this many carts left. But we do have a backup plan to where certain facilities do have the access to Allegheny cart rental. And I know some of the guys up north have access to Newcastle's cart there. So we do have that as a backup plan, but we're also hearing a lot of clubs with it being single riders. Allegheny Cart Rental has 300 carts, and they are completely rented out already for at least the first month and a half from various facilities. So, yeah, we are aware of it. We are having a backup plan for that. So, yeah.
Andrew.
Yes, Eric. Sorry, Jason.
Sorry about it.
So if we have our own push cart, we can use it. Yes, as long as the course that you're registered for allows it, yes, you will be able to use your own push cart. But like I said, the only event or club right now that is limiting us for push carts is Wildwood for the Head Pro Championship. They're requiring for anybody that wants to use a push cart to use Wildwood's push carts, not your own push cart. Go ahead, Jason.
Are you going to limit any of the events to just the Tri-State Pros? For example, like the Tri-State Open, usually open to amateurs. Are we going to still allow that, or you guys discuss that?
Tri-State Open will be the first event that we allow amateurs into the field. So the Head Pro Championship obviously is just our pros with those classification eligibility. And then the Golf Galaxy Open will strictly be TSPGA professionals, no amateurs. So like I said, Tri-State Open will be the first with the amateurs. And looking at it this morning with Jeremy and Dave, we were pretty much even from the pro to amateur registration right now for Tri-State Open. So the amateurs are kind of itching just as much as you guys. So does anybody else have any other questions, kind of concerns for the season, what we're going to be doing or expecting? I mean, like I said, keep this in mind, guys. This is all fluid. This could change tomorrow. This could change within a week. We're anticipating the Head Pro Championship to be under COVID-19 protocols. After that, don't know. It's going to be very, very, very fluid. So we're excited. I know everybody else has been excited. Everybody's been calling in, itching, getting going. But we're gonna make it the best we absolutely can. Eric, to your question, where can you rewatch it? I will personally send you an email here. Once the meeting is actually over, it sends us a recording. So I will send you that recording as soon as we're done. Is there any more questions out there? All right. Well, if there's no more questions, guys, we really appreciate you hopping on this webinar. Like I said, if you guys have any more questions or concerns, Jeremy and I are in the office here the rest of the week. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd be happy to assist you in any way. If not, take care, be safe, and hit the links as much as you guys can. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, everyone.